Welcome, my lovely dears, to another fantabulous session of Sunrise and Sunset. Last session, our intrepid degenerates uh, did some work for Mama on behalf of Hagen. They were introduced to Belaga Goldsmith and his wife, where they were to collect something that was crafted for Mama. However, in the process of all of this, a group of nefarious ne'er-do-wells assaulted the party, attempting to get whatever it is that Mamo had ordered from the dwarven duo. These gang members happened to be the Round Jacks, so named after Round Jack, who was supposedly your typical thief by night, Spring Hill Jack motherfucker, and a vampire, no less. Now, how much of the tale of Round Jack is actually true is a different matter. The most important fact is that the Round Jacks uh, are not best pleased with the Widowmakers, Mama's gang, and she may or may not be in danger. For whatever reason, Hagen wants you to go help Mama out, even though she would appear to be a devout emblemite by nature. Just small, yeah, they're short. I should definitely hide
They're
Discord,
simply
otherwise I'll be
vertically
looking at
challenged.
S&M stuff. Stars and Max, not
I
the
mean,
other S&M.
yeah.
I should probably clarify what I'm looking
You
at.
don't need to. It's fine.
That's a good point. Who gives a shit? Now, as we pick back up again, Khassid, you have had time to drop off this random elven thief and then continue back to Diamond Roses, where everyone is probably having delicious snacks and drinking tasty drinks. But it is getting late, and it is time to head back to Mama's mansion. Just a lot of fun saying her name.
Yeah, I bet.
Now, you are, of course, under the impression that Mama is in danger. As opposed to stumbling your way immediately into some kind of a fight, I thought a skill test would be a little bit more appropriate. Getting her from point A to point B.
Hooray.
Pull
Okay.
up my map. And also make sure that some of my new stuff is up there and some things aren't revealed yet. Okay, cool. Doodle-doo.
So I guess Mom is in the Jewelers District? Oh, I DC'd. Nice.
Scholars District, where Stacy lives and where the university is.
Sorry, could you repeat that? I got DC'd for a second.
Oh, yeah. The map has been updated, so Scholars Ward now features Maria's apartment, which is above the casino. Or a casino, obviously I can't say the casino, there are fucking shitloads of them. A casino. And also where the Succubi have taken up base, which is at the Clean Pole Strip Club, where Anai, I guess, technically used to work.
I'll still work there as soon as this adventure's over.
It's fine. Yeah, you're just on an extended break.
Hiatus.
Yeah, a hiatus. And then, of course, there is Scholars District, which is where Stacy lives and where the university is. Let's see. Gate Market now has Nezra's hideout, and also you can see Belaga there, located in Jewelers District.
So is Jewelers District also where Mama's place is?
That's where Diamond Rose is. Mama's place is not located there.
Okay.
Where is her place located?
Let me pull her up. I believe I have her settled into Hawk's Market. Let me double check if that's the right one, though.
Oh, that's not too far away if that's the case.
Still through like 2 walls and in the center of a district.
Yeah, but she's not like across like the entire like city.
No, she is not. She probably wouldn't really pick like the entire opposite end of the city for a favorite little hideout, even if it is an adorable jewelry-themed cat cafe. Yes, yeah. Hawk's Market is the high-end market for rich bitches.
Yes, I see.
Mama, pull you into the token layer so all can see.
You still haven't seen the 2014 Dread, have you? I know, it's so thickly good.
I will.
Cinematography is aces.
I'll put it on the to watch list. It's an ever-growing list.
You owe it to
Rarely knock a
yourself.
thing off of it. Okay. Well, as I say, it's on the list. There are a whole bunch of things I owe it to myself to watch that I very rarely get around to. But yeah, so the party is currently in Jouleur's district with Mama. You have a number of districts you could go through to get there. You could go from Well to Shield to the market, or you could go straight to Tavern to market.
Shield is... Oh, let's see this fucking list of what they are on the stone tablets.
It would be nice if the search function worked properly. But
It
if you
would.
try and do that as the DM, it pulls up the pen. I don't know if it does that for you all as well. So I just have to like fucking scroll through them. Shield District is 4 casinos. The Gold Shield. They also have famous root beer. It's delicious.
But do
Gold
they have
Shield root.
sarsaparilla?
I mean, they're basically the same thing.
Mm.
Yeah,
All right,
Gold
Shield
Shield.
District, not Shield Ward.
Yep, I believe the ward is like fucking way off, isn't it?
Well, no,
Is
I
there-
was
oh yeah,
looking
there
at,
is a shield ward on this. Yes.
Yeah, I was looking through the list and then I saw Shield. I was like, oh, right, this is probably. Oh, wait, no, Shield Ward.
Nope.
I'm just
Shield ward is
looking
a
at
lovely
trying to...
art.
Let's
The
not
general
do
rule
that.
is you go from top. Like if you're looking for a district, it's top to bottom, outside to inside. So like you would have Kraken's Pier at the very top of the list, and then Sunken Pier would be the bottom because it is the bottom on the insidemost ring. So if you're say
So-
looking at Shield District, it would be like somewhere halfway in.
So what were you saying, Savin? Where don't you want to go?
I don't want to go to Tavern District because in case like we get into a fight, that's where Masika's family lives.
All right, so it sounds like
And
we'll go to Shield and then on to Hawk.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on if we think we're being followed or if there's an ambush. Either of these ways would be like pretty obvious. If we think there's an ambush set up, we should just go to like just way the fuck out of our way.
Quite a
take
roundabout.
a big out loop.
Yeah.
That is certainly possible. How about trying to find out if you are being actually marked?
Sure.
What kind of skills would you like to use for that? Mama is, of course, in your party. Any kind of stealth you attempt to perform with her around is immediately disadvantaged. I'm just going to say that. There, she is not stealthy, and she is bright and shiny, and she literally jingles when she walks.
Listen, I know
Right.
that. Like, it would have been disadvantaged anyway.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I forgot your flaw.
I got a
Should-
effective perception.
Or
Yeah,
perception
investigation and
would work.
perception. Yeah, either
Sur-
of those are fine. Survival
Is
also,
it-
yeah. That's related
you
to
wanted-
tracking.
Like,
Group test.
Oh,
so
group
each
test, okay.
person making their own. Okay,
Yep.
I'll do an investigation. then.
Perception and what?
Perception, investigation, survival.
So that
So we
re-roll
have-
that.
One. Yeah, would anyone like to reroll any of their results?
Yeah,
I ain't got
think
inspiration.
You can.
goodbye.
Okay.
Okay.
Sniffle.
All right. So we've got a fail for Mive,
Well, it's a
Oh,
good
wow.
thing you
Look-
gave
There we go,
Okay,
the
cool.
high
Alright, so
economy.
it was looking like
the economy of dice.
It do be like that.
it was looking like a failure before. Instead, it is.
I was looking like a failure. There's 18, 20, and a 20.
Yeah, you still have to like hit a standard number there, but you had a 11, which is a failure, an investigation crit fail, which is 2 failures, survival success, investigate success, perception success, and then an investigate 15, not good enough.
Oh.
16 is the DC.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
But with a crit, that flips the whole thing over. So good job there on the reroll. You are not being expressly followed, but your exit from Diamond Rose was noticed. As basically, as soon as you guys stepped out the door, you catch sight of just like a runner who skirts away. Although you don't notice anyone else is exclusively hawking your footsteps when you begin to walk. Now, of course, it would be a long walk regardless. There are plenty of ways to get around. There is, of course, taxiing. There is pontooning the Merchant's River.
I was about to say we
Yeah,
might be able to
actually.
just get on a boat.
Going to Falcons and then taking the river up to Hawks seems like the best idea.
That could well work. Okay.
Try and
Well,
find like a
you've-
merchant ship maybe to get on instead of something fancy that Mama would normally take.
She looks a little bit sad that you aren't going to go and, pick the one that's just like covered in hot bitches, but fair enough.
I know, they're so boring, aren't they?
Yeah, but here's the thing though. We can splurge out so that if somebody is looking, we do this. 2 boats. We splurge out and write out, oh, they went on this boat going a different
That's
way.
true.
I mean, there's only 2 ways you can possibly go, and that's out of the city or further
No, we
into
we get a carriage like in Falcons District and have it do the circuitous route I was talking about earlier. That
Now
goes-
that is, yeah, you could certainly pay out a bait.
Yeah.
I need some kind of diplomatic check for that, and also one for getting to the Falcons District with as few followers as possible.
Sure, I'll do the diplomacy.
Yeah, you can be helped.
Oh, I don't like that. Well, a 15. I will just go ahead and throw an expert snack on that then.
Yeah, makes it an automatic success.
Should we have some of our more sneaky or agile members go ahead or perhaps behind the party to either scout or run interference?
Yeah, I suppose the 2 options are scouting and running interference. In those instances, if you're using stealth, you do not have disadvantage because presumably you aren't traveling with Anai or Mama in that case. Yeah, if you wanted to utilize stealth, you could do so, like, before or after. Just let me know for what reason you'd be sneaky. See here. Khassid, yes, you are able to, with the 17, convince someone to run an empty carriage for them. When they see that you're, traveling with Mama, it proves not the most difficult thing in the world. She has that natural way of just like walking, and everyone looks in her direction, let alone when she is actually trying to flaunt her stuff. Like, she does an eyelash flutter and people just go and then tip over. Like it's like an old fucking Warner Brothers cartoon with people's eyes just boggling out.
Understandable.
Aruga. Yeah. So let's see other people's checks. What are you going to try to do during this movement towards Falcons?
I suppose
Oh.
Loam will shadow the party and stay behind them to run interference in case anyone
Sure.
is tailing us.
And you can use a stealth, or I would probably say perception, just to find other people who might be stealthing themselves after the group.
That's probably what I'd be doing.
Yeah, you want to do perception?
Perception.
Makes sense.
Of course I want to do a perception. It's my
I will
8.
do a stealth check.
God, it is a great 8. 17 or an 18 day off. And Loam heading up the back, you are able to spot not necessarily like hardened thugs, but again, it's more of those like runners and orphans, just like people who you can pay a coin and be like, hey, when you see them come by, let us know. Like there are a lot of those kinds of people on the street, and you spot a couple who specifically were watching for your carriage.
Throw the children off the roof. No, we lost Skow.
Yeah, the server's shitting itself. Hold on, I'm just gonna move us to a different server. Though she does have to actually come back, I suppose.
My Discord bumped out again.
Yeah, Discord's having some problems.
It really is.
And DC'd like 3 times in this conversation.
It's something to do with not having the window like up and clicked. I don't know why it's like essentially doing the equivalent of disconnecting you as it goes to sleep instead.
Yeah, disconnect you,
It's
reconnect
acting.
you.
Yeah,
It's
acting
done
like
that to me a lot in the past couple weeks.
it's only been doing it to me for like the past 2, maybe 3 days, which is very frustrating. I feel like it's some app error where it's treating it like it's a phone app and therefore going like, oh, you haven't looked in here for a bit. Sleepy time, which makes sense for your phone, but less so for an active desktop program.
They don't care about desktop users.
Apparently
do I need to roll anything? Or are we good?
So picking up again, I don't know when I got cut off. With the successful stealth and perception, Loam and Masika are able to see that you aren't necessarily being shadowed, but you are being marked each time you pass alongside a street. Like there are people specifically being paid off, like random orphans and street rats. They're just like, yeah, if you see them come, or if you see this caravan or this carriage, you see it go by, let us know. And that is being used to track you guys traveling towards Falcons.
I knew we couldn't trust the orphans.
Can't trust the orphans. Now, of course, Masika, Loam, how would you necessarily like to deal with that? To explain, Ariel, these two have stepped back and are behind the group, essentially shadowing them as they go to try and run interference. Now, I assume neither Masika or Loam are in the mood to, like, ice a child. So how would you like to deal with the fact that you are you're being tagged each time you pass a street corner?
I don't know. Are they null children?
Some might be.
Just start making ice cream van noises like the other corner over. We'll be fine.
I would say you don't ice the children, you ice cream them.
Yeah.
Okay, you pay them off.
Yeah, you could definitely just be like, in fact, if you roll a particularly good deception, I would permit you to even have them send false information and lower the DC of follow-up checks getting towards Falcons.
That's not in my wheelhouse.
Neither is it mine.
Well, you could try and pull a party member off of the travel group, although that obviously makes their job a lot harder just by default of losing one of their skill monkeys.
I could intimidation.
Yeah, actually, yeah,
Or
you could just
children.
use intimidation and like they aren't gonna run. They aren't gonna run false info, but they will be cowed and like, okay, clearly it's not worth messing with these people.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Hey,
Okay.
question: Would it work? False information if you pay them more.
Again, I'm gonna say just in general, it still takes a check to make them do that, regardless of
I think
having money.
it
just makes it easier. Yeah, you could dump a bunch of cash, but no, with an intimidation, you, Masika, are successful at being like, "This is not a good job. Fuck off, or you die." And it would be a real shame if infants died. Go away, Shu. And yeah, by the time, let's see here, the party is next to Shield Ward. Both Loam and Masika, you don't see, if not any, then at least as many people who are like, I feel like I recognize that. You should go home now. Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, she's being mean mom right now.
Yeah, definitely cows a few kids. All right, and for the rest of the party, you are coming up on Falcon's district. Mama still looks like she's completely at ease, even though like you're in a carriage now, and every time you like go over a little bump, it just makes the quaking happen.
Wob, 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 wob.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we should be. I mean, there's
Just
no
a
reason
mother,
not
she
to be.
knows how to.
Yeah.
Cass is just
So-
staring.
Fair enough. So, darlings, do you do this kind of thing often?
No, can't say I do.
No.
First time.
Oh, babe.
I do stuff kind of like this sometimes.
I've escorted VIPs before, but it was mostly
It's definitely not my
ceremonial.
first time chasing away kids.
I see.
That's just-
see.
Wait, you have a habit of doing
That's just
that?
being a mother with a shy child, you know?
Yeah, I suspect you wouldn't have to do that often.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I like to scare kids on my free
No,
time.
yeah, the opposite of what
It's,
she said.
it's not my game where we have the
It's
kitchen
not
that makes
Star,
their
yeah.
living like scaring off children in the woods.
It's scare. My job is scaring children away in the woods. Being a Drider racist.
Yep.
Oh goodness. Okay. I'm gonna make a quick check for Mama and see if she knows any hideouts the Round Jacks may be using in the area. Oh wait, no, I only rolled one dice. I dumped a 19.
So 25.
Yes, it's either a 25 or an 18. She'll take the 25. Now
Thank you for
then,
the choice, yeah.
I'm fairly sure the Round Jacks would be operating outside of one of the wards nearby. If only because I got in apparently a scuffle with them. I think down in Beacon.
They mentioned something like that.
Yes, it's, I suppose, unusual for me to have to, well, not to say pay attention to such things, but I guess I do mean exactly like that.
So what happened that made you pay attention?
They've assaulted me.
Oh no, I
Oh,
thought.
well,
Wait,
they've
sorry,
aggressed
wasn't there
on
like?
you.
Yeah, wait, wasn't there like some beef before that?
Oh, well, they muscled in on one of my territories, and I made sure that they were ousted. I wouldn't necessarily call it beef, it was just business, as the kids say.
Doesn't seem like they
Maybe-
took it that way.
Maybe it's just business to you, but they took it rather personal.
Well, they shouldn't have.
Indeed, they shouldn't. Especially considering you're one of the more premier gangs in the city. Operations.
Well, we're certainly ruthless, which helps.
It says a lot about them that they're still trying to go after you, even knowing all that.
I don't know, they've gone and named themselves after a dead legend. I suspect they're confident.
Do you think this has something to do more with your association with Hagen, perhaps?
Now, me and the bigger golden boy are just business partners, I suppose. I would be surprised to learn that me, I don't know, visiting a god is enough to piss them off.
I mean, it just so happens this is going down the same day that a bunch of Doomsday Necromancer cultists tried to attack his casino, and there is that rumor that the Round Jacks have some vampires amongst them.
Vampires. I could see how they might be a little bit angry with the God of Light, but also he's not been around long enough to go purging them, I'd think.
Well, you say that, but maybe it's a preemptive measure. Or they've thrown in with the spooky things from, outside.
Maybe. I'll give that a solid maybe. Yes, if we're coming up on Beacon Ward, if they have got anyone hanging around, it would be here. Are we taking the boat or the carriage?
We've sent a carriage ahead to distract them. We should probably take the boat and just try and lay low. There's so many going through the channel, they can't possibly search them all.
I suppose not. Very well. I suppose we'll have to move quite quickly to get to our ride. And yeah, another skill test for the party. Essentially jumping carriage and getting onto the boat without being rumbled. Like, you still have to make that transition and transfer quickly and smoothly and make it look as little like a random stop as possible.
Tuck and roll.
Well, I have a slight idea.
Yeah.
Instead of a giant-ass fucking bear, I could just shrink down into a normal-sized human and have some really big clothes which Mama could, use.
She smiles prettily. I'm not exactly going to be hiding myself like that, but...
In mind of disguise.
Wouldn't that render you naked?
No, I got...
I'm liking this plan more and more. So what kind of checks would you say are appropriate for sneaking onto a boat? Athletics, perhaps? Oh, I got DC. Fucking goddamn it.
I just happen to have... that's why I stand still for a little while to retie it.
I see.
I gotta break it. I have a, like a false knot, so when I expand, it pops off.
I see. And then when you shrink down again, you have to crouch and pull some panties on.
Yeah.
I suppose that makes sense. Well, yes, I suppose I can hide underneath your bear garb. Any other advice for getting out of this carriage and onto a boat and away from here quickly?
Not particularly.
No, just stick close to us. We'll make sure you get there safe and sound.
Alright, looks like it's a group stealth test.
Subterfuge is what is literally one of the opposite of one of Ralu's character traits, so...
Transfer, you mean transferring
Stealth, you
from
say.
carriage to boat.
Yes.
Could I perhaps...
The only thing that comes to mind is...
Could I perhaps cause a distraction around us, like get a herd of people moving around us, or like some cattle going through that we can hide behind?
You could certainly go for a deception check, yeah. Sounds like a reasonable one.
Sure.
Oh no,
Or...
somebody threw a bunch of money! Distraction!
Actually, I was thinking like sleight of hand to like let loose some animals, like cause a ruckus.
Like, just, yeah, some dudes just, like, moving a carriage full of trash pandas down to the animal shelter, and you just, like, fucking flip a key out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's still a deception.
God damn it.
Alright. You know what, no. Sleight of hand, I guess, is physical deception. Alright.
Pop.
Okay, yep, you'll have no problem. That is one success. Anai, stealth, or have you got a way to help in this situation?
I don't really think I have a way to help in this situation. Well, I guess I could do like a performance, like be non-bothered as usual type thing, maybe.
I think if you do a performance, you draw more attention, which is the opposite of what you want to be doing here.
Then I suppose it'll just be disadvantaged stealth.
Right?
Well, can't you Zephyr Stride or something like that? Don't you have that?
That just makes you go
What?
faster.
See here, spells prepared. Nope. Zephyr Stride is not prepared today.
Nope. All right then. So yeah, I'll be disadvantaged stealth for you. Let's see how you're doing. An 8. That is
Only
a
a
fail.
regular failure.
Ralu. What about you?
I just can't be stealthy.
Yep.
I also have disadvantage on stealth.
Could Ralu and Maeve
Excellent.
maybe like do athletics or just like physically move Mama faster? Like use that big bear.
You want
tarp,
to
like...
haul this cow?
Yeah, I want to rustle the cow onto this boat.
One of you has to persuade Mama to allow herself this indignation.
I mean, Maeve can do that.
Go on then,
Well,
give
I
Maeve
can-
a...
17 if she's getting help.
Oh, well, she is, yeah. 17 is a pass, yes. I will permit one of you to make the assisted athletics
toss
to haul her.
Never toss a cow.
What's your
I
athletics?
guess
range?
Ralu,
Ralu
since
has
Maeve just rolled.
6.
Then go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. 20?
Okay.
19.
Be a 19, yeah. Alright, yeah. You guys, that adds up to a success. So we're currently at 1 positive. Seeing as the persuasion allowed the athletics, it wasn't part of the overall scoring there. Let's see here. Masika.
What can I do? I don't even... I never know what to do.
Do you have the stealth skill trained?
No. See, what I have is animal handling, insight, intimidation, perception, and survival.
You know
could
what?
Animal handling to
yeah,
make the ruckus
because
go
Khassid,
faster.
yeah,
Animal
because
handling.
Khassid specifically made a carriage full of like animals that were taken by like animal control and just like freedom. I will permit you an animal handling to get them all fucking stoked up to make those
All
trash
right,
pandas
let's
into
go for
crack
it.
pandas.
I like it.
Hell yeah.
I will let you rustle then.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Hell
Their
yeah!
jimmies are maximum rustled, and you make a friend with a raccoon.
Awesome.
Outstanding.
You make a new raccoon friend. He is you have a temporary object that could be used to help you through through later parts of this skill test. Here, take this raccoon. It might help you later.
You have a pocket raccoon.
You have a
Throw at
pocket
someone.
raccoon that might
It's
help you in
dangerous.
the event where you need to make a skill check.
It's danger
He's
out there.
squirting the
Take
fluff.
this.
Okay, Loam.
The raccoon got attached
Yes.
to the fox fluff.
Yeah,
I guess just a stealth check.
yeah, absolutely. Oof.
Yep.
That is a fail.
Any
Karin.
for that?
No, I don't have an advantage.
You can have Maeve's inspo. That was a bad roll.
Okay.
Hell
That's a
yes.
success. All right. As per
Yeah.
usual, besides, and I've got a pretty good series of scores right now, and that heading up the pack there at the end, Karin. Not heading up,
Okay.
heading up the pack.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can only fuck up on a crit fail, basically, and ruin the test for your companions at this point.
Okay, so
Animal handling, maybe? Just so you don't have disadvantage from your heavy armor?
There's already someone who's very successfully like just fucking jazzed up these animals. No, there's no more handling that can be done here.
Sag.
okay, so okay, though question.
Hmm.
What stuff could I use? You said it was stealth. It was
For you, like, the baseline is just a stealth, unless you can think of a skill that you have and a way to apply it to this situation to either cause distractions or throw off people. Unless you have a way to do that, without drawing attention to yourself. Like if you throw off people by like running a sermon, they're still all fucking looking at you, and that's kind of not the vibe. If you don't have anything like that, you just gotta try a stealth.
Okay, so can I spend can I chuck 100 gold away into crowd, just into the air away from it as an extraction? As an
100
extraction.
fucking gold? I mean, yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
I
You
feel that's gonna
absolutely
draw a
can.
lot of attention to you throwing like money
Yeah.
into
No,
a
no, no, no,
crowd.
no.
There is probably going to need to be something that you do so that it's not obvious that this is a stretch, especially since it's 100 gold. That's going to start a huge fuss, but it's...
Yep. Maybe just roll stealth.
Just don't
Okay,
roll a
no,
one.
just
All you
okay. I
gotta do
was
is not
thinking,
roll a 1.
yeah, but I don't like listening to you, so I will just check.
Fair. Yeah, no, you could, as I said, like you could spend 100 gold just to avoid the potential that you will roll a 1 on either of 2d20.
I am the voice of bad ideas. It happens all the time. People listen to me and then they do the stupid thing.
But also I feel like it would instead just become like a deception test, which is admittedly not disadvantaged. I don't think that that's a specialty of yours either, although I could be wrong.
And she has a positive
No, I
modifier
have.
there. It's
Yeah, I have a positive, but not trained, so.
It's still better than a negative and disadvantage.
Yeah, if you want to do 100 gold in a deception check, then you're welcome to do so.
Well, might as well go for it.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, hey, it's not a 1. You're okay. All right.
It
You
would have been
definitely
hilarious if
catch
it
a
was
lot of
1 after
glances
all
when
that.
you do it. Yeah, you definitely catch a lot of glances when you throw gold. But thankfully, with a the trash panda uprising, the stealth and speed of your companions, and the fact that 100 gold is a lot of fucking money, and you don't roll so poorly that someone tries to shank you for the rest of your cash, you are all able to bundle on the boat, and the carriage doesn't even come to a stop. Well, it does that whole like whoa there just to make sure they don't run a raccoon over, and that's all the time you need to get out. And now picking your boats, there are plenty of boats that travel through Merchants District, for the most part merchants, as you would expect, moving goods from one side of the city to the other. If something is particularly heavy, it travels along the walls and then down the middle, across the river. But there are the occasional just like pleasure barge or pontoon that is making its way up and or down. Obviously, if you pick one that's not a merchant passage, it's harder to sneak on, but also you'll be the ones who get to pick the direction you're moving in.
Yeah, I just want to grab get us into a merchant's vessel that has like a lower deck we can all get on.
But the bitch's boat, though.
This is not
Yeah,
a
as you say
private
that, you do
fish
see
boat.
like a party boat
No.
with strippers. Okay.
It breaks
yeah.
Cass's heart to say no.
It does. It really does.
I will.
You see him like twist, like wringing his tail, going, "No, no, I can't."
Yes, okay. You are able to pile onto a merchant ship. Now's a fun bit of RNG. There's no guarantee that it's going to take you all the way down to the bridge crossing between Hawks Market and Mill District.
What if I pay the man to?
How much? Because he is a merchant moving goods and is almost certainly like on the clock, as in this is a thing they do, every day. It is part of their timekeeping. There is still a chance you'll be going in the right way. So before you try and pay someone off, let's find out if that's necessary.
Yeah, let's see if it's necessary, and then if it proves to be. Then...
Otherwise you're paying money to have someone like really throw a fucking wrench in what is otherwise a quite well-oiled machine. You don't have to worry about it.
Huh, lucky
They
us.
are making a stop at the bottommost bridge of the district, right at the northern tip of Hawk's Market.
Perfect.
Okay.
We just get off there.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna make
I
a roll for this
will-
carriage, dude, for no reason. Don't you guys worry about it.
I'll
Don't you worry.
stay off the boat and trail along the streets. Along
I'm
the.
going to street follow. All right. It will
Street
take
follow.
you a bit of time then to do so. So Mama's going to turn around, pull out a little lump of what appears to be pink charcoal and a slip of like textured parchment. Could you give me a thumbprint just so that you're able to get into the mansion? I can pass this on to the guard then, since you'll arrive last.
Very well.
Are you sure it's wise to go after or to be following behind the boat?
I was going to go ahead of the boat.
The boat's
Loam?
How?
probably
We're
I
moving
don't know
quite
how fast you
I-
are, but
I can speed myself up.
Now, this is how long for, though? Again, this is like probably still a 10-20 minute boat ride. Like, you're taking a straight line on a merchant ship that's just moving goods up to the edge of that bridge, but at the same time, the time is money, and they are trying to make as much as possible.
I can Zephyr stride for 3 minutes straight.
I will probably ask for a athletics then to avoid a rank of exhaustion.
Okay.
All right, never mind then. All right, yeah, if you're going to arrive ahead, then you are welcome. to go.
I will still give her the fingerprint
Yeah.
just to make sure.
And yeah, she
Yeah,
just
yeah.
dabs your thumb with a little bit of pink chalk, doop doop doop, and then has you tap it down on the parchment, and then she'll fold that away after writing her signature under it. There. If we do get separated, you have access to the mansion so long as you get your thumbprint checked with the front door guard.
I'll try not to get my thumb cut off.
Don't worry, they are trained to not trust people who use dismembered thumbs to try and get access into my mansion.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that has been tried before. Thankfully, we did get the thumb reattached before it was too late.
that's good. Cute chalk though as well.
Pink is just the primary color for chalk, especially since it kind of offsets the luscious dark colors I tend to go for. Loam, that is a successful athletics. So yeah, you'll be able to stay ahead of the boat by like probably a block the entire way, and you don't get exhausted by it. You manage to do so in an efficient enough manner. You maybe at one point just Jackie Channing, you just bumble through a stall and then come out the other side somehow faster than any pursuer did. Just clink, and then come out the other side and you're just like wearing a hat. But otherwise you succeed. You are able to get to Mama's mansion. Well done. Things did not go quite so well for the carriage dude.
Uh-oh.
Poor carriage dude.
Sucks.
He deserved better than this, but oh well.
Yeah, sucks for him.
I don't know. Did he get murked?
I won't say.
He got murked probably.
Or tortured.
Whatever he did, he rolled a 6 at it. But it is fine. All of your rolls were successes. Now, Mama's Mansion, I haven't made a separate map for this because fucking I already have so many separate maps for places in this fucking city. I couldn't be asked.
All right.
The real answer there is like, I looked at it, I was like, I could give her. No. Nah, I'm good. Okay. Mama's Mansion is a beautiful, like a rectangular mansion. It is a double-layered building of the classic sheer white stone. You know how we would recognize them as the rectangular Arabic stone houses, and then it's got the second floor is inwards by like another 1.5 feet, making the second floor essentially sit on top of a large balcony.
Okay.
But it is, of course, writ large. It's like a great big house with the typical white wall, and then the second floor is always at an indent.
Yeah.
It is that typical structure. There is a bar-gated fence that goes all the way around, and while her mansion is like Russian desert in style, the gates are very much more reminiscent of Gothic. They are actual spears that appear to have been decommissioned for one reason or another and forge welded together. Probably cost a pretty penny, and some of them are very different shapes and sizes, but there's enough cohesion to it that it's not messy. It's just intimidating and sharp. So I guess if someone did want to like give you a leg up and then throw you at a fence, you'd probably die. It would take a lot of work, but you know. When you approach the front gate, it's been a little bit of a walk, and Malner is sighing. Does my makeup run at all? It's a little bit hot under all of the bear clothing.
No.
I'll take a look. Has her makeup run at all?
Nah, it's impeccable.
Looks impeccable to me.
Very good.
Yeah. Well, we're essentially here, so just you can drop it.
Yep, she hands it off to you after doing the old, you know that weird folding technique where they just do it instantly, but it looks nonsensical? It's like grab the bottom corner of the shirt, work up.
In her case, it's just, just
Yeah, it's more
hands
like she's
back.
doing it with a bed sheet as opposed to a shirt, but she does that same
Yeah.
motion, so it's just like corner up, corner in,
Oh.
turn, roll, hand.
I was just thinking she would just flick her hands behind the back and then just step forward, and it falls off like a robe. It's like, how the fuck you do that?
I mean, it would be another dramatic way to do it, but no, she is like strangely meticulous about this. Make an insight if you would like to, but otherwise she is walking you guys up to the mansion's front gate. Upon seeing her almost immediately, a guard who you could describe as heroically featured with square jaw, clean white teeth, bright eyes, clean shaven, like nice breastplate, well ironed clothing, and as opposed to like the customary city guard style spear, he has a full on poleaxe. And you can see up against the wall is a Katzbalga.
Cool.
This incredibly handsome man looks the lot of you over. Hello there. Welcome back to the manor, my mistress. It is a pleasure as ever to see you brighten the land. She looks. I was gone for half a day. I have guests. They are permitted inside. Ah, what a lucky bunch of devils they all are. A pleasure to meet you all. Welcome to the manor.
Good to meet you as well.
Heidi ho.
He will smile at Anai. Aha, I see you have come to work for the lady then.
I had not, no.
Ah, a terrible shame. You would have been most very popular.
She'll give him a small smile. I'm sure I would have been.
Yeah. He will, I don't know how one ceremonial guard style adjusts a poleaxe. It's probably like a kick the bottom of the staff outwards so it snaps in before clumping it down to attention. And the the mansion door just opens up. Or sorry, the gate to the mansion opens up for you.
Yeah, the mansion just opens up like fucking the gate of Grayskull there, like a giant maw.
And it's just a really handsome dude with a poleaxe, and he just gives all of you a winning smile. I mean, recently you've been hit with Hagen's "everything's gonna be okay" smile, which is that's hard to beat, but he comes close.
Does this do like a Hagen ASMR or something, or just Hagen in disguise?
No, he's just a fucking handsome, glorious dude.
Squint.
You can again, I guess, make a perception.
I'm gonna inside him.
Yeah, go for it.
My +0. Oh fuck yeah!
Fucking raw
Shit.
dog. Okay, this man is actually a half orc.
What?
Just yeah, I know, right? You can make out when he does his clean white teeth smile. There's like evidence that there used to be protruding fangs.
I filed
Like he's
them,
got
the
that.
bastard.
Not filed, they're missing.
Oh. Even worse.
That could be on purpose or it could have been an injury. Hard to say. And if it did, you think maybe like reconstructive surgery has a part in why he's got such a lovely jawline. It's like orcs, as they are, do tend to have like really well-defined jawlines as it stands.
Yeah.
So that could be all natural. But if he suffered a particularly bad facial injury and lost, like, say, under tusks, or if he removed under tusks, getting that all restructured probably explains the handsome features as well. At the same time, you can make out that there is a tiny tattoo. It's like almost a skin-colored tattoo. Like, it's very faint. You'd think it is a symbol of some kind, although you'd have to really get a proper look at it to tell. Otherwise, with your critical insight, you can tell that he is genuinely happy to see the lot of you and is wondering if he might be able to flirt with any of you. And then he pauses and goes, oh. And you realize that look, he's looking for handsome dudes. And he's not seeing any man flesh in the party that fits the Bara stature.
It's true, nothing here but us girls.
Yep. You suspect this guy might give you the old friend or foe.
Ah, yes, of course. I expected as much.
I'm sorry, you're just too fucking handsome. You have to slam dude ass. I am certain of it.
Since it's a mansion, does this have high ceilings?
No, you can't go up there and brood.
No.
I mean, they have the whole second floor is a balcony. You actually can go up there and brood if you want. It's just difficult. The ceilings are like probably a good 10 meters tall, which is pretty good for a rectangular, like, flat roof building.
The only reason I asked is because Ralu's going to enjoy not having to stoop.
Oh, yeah. No stooping necessary. Indeed, you can also see that there is a secondary door that looks like it is made exclusively for tours.
Nice.
Yeah, that is quite jawline. At the very least, it's not fucking Giga Chat. That's too much jawline.
Yeah.
The guy
Obviously.
opens the mansion as the doors swing open. You hear, no.
Can't you feel my heart?
Yeah, no. Instead, Mama will lead your party in. Loam, of course, you've had a chance to regroup with everybody. This guard, actually, give me a stealth. Let's see if he noticed you arriving here and waiting for the rest of the group. Okay, he definitely saw you on this approach. Again, Khassid, with that insight, until you saw Loam like readily greeted and accepted back into the group, he looked like he was probably going to do a defend for he lady.
Of course. Would expect nothing less.
He's got one of these pretty things here. I'll just put VC2. And that probably would have found itself in a Loam. Yeah, Cadspell got very pretty.
They are.
Fancy arming swords. I just like the fact as well that most of the hilts look like balls. Ticking nuts every time. But, you know, besides that, they're very cool.
As someone who has been a guard for, I can appreciate his professionalism.
Oh, I thought you was talking
And
about balls
I
there.
bear no
Like,
ill will.
Yeah, you're not taking offense at him being ready to stab you.
No, not in the slightest.
Fair.
yeah, it's better like because you were talking about the cat's place here thingy.
I
Like
would
he
be
has look like balls. Be like it's somebody with balls. Like,
and I'd probably be suspicious of him if he didn't.
Yeah. Here, you'd be like, you are permitted in. Mama leads up the way until eventually a pretty maid looks to be elven, maybe only 5'5", as opposed to like slutty maid dress. It's full on like frilly deal maid dress. The maid dress approaches. Welcome back. You came home sooner than expected. Shall I be running a bath for you and seeing to your guests? Mama shakes her head. Ah, no, I'm afraid I have to talk business first. Is there anything interesting happened in our absence? And she pauses. A letter arrived from you. For you. From the usual source. He nods. Okay, that might very well be about today. Thank you, dear. She'll turn to the rest of you. You are all guests of my abode. If any time you require anything, food, drink, a place to wash, a place to sleep, please ask for my maid Lycia here. She will be more than happy to help you.
Very
The
well. Thank you
little
for your
elven maid gives
generosity.
you all a curtsy. Oh, least I could do, dear.
you got some ice?
We can certainly have some made. Got a mage on standby. We don't just have ice sitting around, but when it's required, it's conjured.
Just think that you certainly have a maid.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you're all escorted inside. Honestly, none of you are hungry after like the cakes that were shoveled down you at Diamond Roses.
I was about to say, if anything, Ralu would ask for something like sour or smoky to drink,
Get you some nice digestif.
like cactus mescal or something, which is actually really good.
Yeah, well, I'm not really a
Mescal
tequila or
person, I
mezcal
know.
fan. Yeah.
I don't like tequila. I like mescal.
You like the
I
smoke
like
in
the
general.
smoky. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
they can certainly have a bottle of mezcal prepared, and they have like lime syrup and bitters as well if you want to add it in.
Ralu will just sit on the opposite side of the room. I assume the rooms are huge.
Some of them are huge, but her sitting room's actually like quite close and personable, as you might expect from like the Queen of the Brothels. It's not none of her rooms are especially impersonal.
Good.
Lean
Good,
against
good.
the door to the hallway. Then
Yeah, sure. For anyone else who sits in like a settee or a sofa, it does that thing where you just like get sucked into it by like an inch. You go, ooh, that's my spine relaxing. Hell yeah. It's very comfy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you just sit down and your whole body's like, huh, can we sit down even further somehow? You're like, no, buddy, that's not how that works, but I feel pretty good for trying. If you sit down and just try to sit down but more.
In a lazy boy with fucking massage rollers built in. Pure fucking heaven.
I mean, there's not got really like a motorized massage thing. So what they've probably got are instead those, the bead footstools that you can rest against, and when you put your foot down, it presses the roller
Yeah,
forward and moves it like a little walking track.
yeah. My buddy, he got one of those because he just sits a lot of shitty fucking office chairs at when he's dealing with union work and shit over at the steel mills. So he got he splurged massive dodge on a big ass fucking lazy boys with goddamn massage built in.
That's
It's
pretty cool.
like, oh god, so good. And it goes even up to the fucking legs.
That's pretty cool. Do want, but then I'd never get out of the chair. I'd just be sitting there fucking vibing all day and working on a tablet instead.
Yeah, I mean, like, you get so much work done because you never fucking leave it.
I've got nothing to do except sit in this chair and do work. So I guess I'm gonna be productive. Yeah.
It pays itself.
One day maybe. Yeah. once you're all settled into seats and you've been brought your drinks as requested and some ice for Karin to munch, as opposed to a metal bucket, it's probably in one of those lined wooden buckets instead.
Sure. Just being human form, just crunch on ice as well.
Crump, crump, crump. You know that blunts teeth.
No, it doesn't. Teeth are much harder than ice.
Fair enough. It still looks like she disapproves, but this is going to stop you. Now let's see to this letter. And she will run a little finger across the seam of it and pop the top up. Eyes scan it for a few moments. And then she will flick the letter over to Cass. You're probably sitting relatively close by in this little like ring of sofas.
Sure, I'll take a look.
This appears to be a letter from the boss, the mystery figure at the head of Las Dorado, an invisible individual who makes all of their wishes known through other important people who make their way around the place. There are plenty of theories as to the boss's identity. Popular theories include Karin Bey, Mama herself, Hagen, Python. Let's see here. An invisible thief who is permanently invisible. But as it is, no one's really been able to find any kind of conclusive answer as to their identity. The letter reads as follows. Hey, Mama, got a little something you can find some work for through the special channels. Take a look at this shit. Maybe Big H knows a few kids. Dearest B, there is nothing that money cannot buy, but those things can be stolen. You tried to kill me once, but I have a terrible habit of getting back up again. This time I want to make it clear. I will not be gentle. I will come for everyone and everything required. If I have to, I will steal the very sun itself. Things are not okay. Followed by the postscript. Here's the deal. Some fuckface named Round Jack is apparently back from the dead, supposedly. I'm pretty sure the real RJ is dead, but can't be sure when it comes to the undead. If it's the real RJ, he's the serious piece of work. Super acrobatic shapeshifter, and he has magic boots. He throws knives made of glass. Keep an eye out. Now, fiery betting man, I hear Dame Ara's been dealing with people casing her pub. And Mama, I know some fuckrags have threatened to jump your safe. I bet that they're the same people. Maybe have some stabby folks sleep over. I'm sure they won't be hard to persuade. If you need a hand, have your new kids go to Hawk's Market, ask for Ivan, and tell him you need 3.5 expensive cigars. Boss. Mama, for what it's worth, is leant back in her chair, fingers steepled.
So, your thoughts on this?
Sounds like there really is a vampire out there.
If it's the same one as before, possibly.
Or, as he so eloquently puts it, the fuckface is just someone using Round Jack's name.
Yeah, but I feel like you don't send a letter to the boss saying this if you're not serious.
Could be one of his thralls.
Well, that's possible.
Round Jack's not the boss's, although there are theories that the boss could be a vampire. I doubt it.
Right then. What do you want to do about it? Or rather, what do you want us to do about it, if anything?
Well, if the lovely Lady Ara's being cased as it is, I could see how that might be a threat. Anyone who lives here, you can give me a history with advantage to just see if you know of this individual.
Sure.
Sure. 22.
Yeah. You know of Lady Ara as the proprietress of the Knights Errant Pub. Lady Ara's full name being Ara Ara,
Of course.
or at least that is the name that she goes by. The Gold Dragon and supposedly mother of Queenie, who is married into the hero faction of the Chivalrics.
Okay, we gotta go down there.
I figured as much.
How did? When did Hallie become a dragon?
It definitely has very Hallie vibes, yeah. Of course, if you feel you are unprepared for this, I am right nearby. Ivan's stall might still be open.
What does this Ivan sell?
Weapons, short use wands for the most part. Occasionally information. 3.5 expensive cigars is usually code for weapons as opposed to information, though.
Oh.
3.5 expensive cigars, even. How very interesting. Well, you know, if the boss is footing the bill, I'm certainly not going to argue.
Yeah, I mean, if there's free for us weapons, we're not gonna say no. Some of us are still using mundane kit.
I don't think 3.5 is exactly the number to be received. That's just the code. Expensive cigars just means powerful weapons. 3.5 is slang.
Well,
Yeah, you recognize that as the cant for, like, you know, when someone says like 5-finger discount.
right. Well, regardless, any number is still helpful.
Indeed. I happened to get the last thing I received off of Ivan. Thankfully, I've never needed to use it, or it would punch a clean hole through whatever I pointed it at, and probably the next 5 people behind them, and the building behind them, and the people in that building.
As God intended.
Oh, that's impressive.
I have grape shot. Yeah, she reaches into a bodice and pulls out like a little ebony wand. It's pitch black, but it appears to be made of bone. Anyone can make an Arcana test looking at it.
Oh, hell yeah. You know, that's my jam. I definitely are going to do that.
And it was hiding in her tits. Alright, both of you are pretty sure that this is a wand of disintegration, except as opposed to a line, it's more like a fucking cone.
It's kind of what I expected, but
Jesus.
badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a wand of disintegration with a loudener on it.
Impressively powerful.
The final iteration of Loud Bertha.
yeah, no. This is Loud Bertha's last gasp though. It's really quiet. You just hear it just like clicks on like a flashlight, and then everything in a cone is just ash. Clicky.
That's like your last gasp. Well, that's whisper.
Indeed. Yeah, she does an old classic finger spin and then slides that back and down into her bodice. She's got pretty big rack. It's not as big as it's not as deep as the wand itself is. You are now 100% certain, especially since you've seen her store other stuff in it. This bitch has a bra of holding.
Now I'm
You know what?
desperately
I respect
curious
it.
how big the tits are.
I
in
need to get
reality.
myself one.
Yeah.
She
now,
smiles
Mama,
brightly. I've had plenty of people try and find out, and they've never touched the sides.
It's like, and be like, haha, you too. Just reaches down into her own cleavage and pulls out the fucking, like a
ass wine bottle.
water skin.
Or water skin, yeah.
Yeah.
You make it
Hell
very
yeah.
tempting to ask to try to.
Give me a persuade.
Okay. 15?
Go right ahead.
Well, if she's offering, I guess I will.
Yeah, she folds her arm under her tits and, like, doesn't so much, you can't really push them up just because they're so big and soft that they just sort of, like, pool over her arms, but it lifts them in a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, you
Nice.
can, like, slide your hand in and just keep going until you're, like, up to the shoulder and, like, basically face mashed against tit. Okay, it's pretty good.
Oh, I want to try.
Now I'm very convinced you have a bra of holding.
I do indeed.
It could be a trick of the light. I won't know for sure until I try.
Alright, give me another persuade. Is it only a trick of the light?
I will
I'm afraid it might only be.
expert
Take
snack
my
that.
info.
Gonna use snack for it.
No!
Owned. She's chuckles.
You can take my info, Savin.
Okay.
You give her inspiration.
Oh,
I love you,
All right, fine.
Shady.
15. No.
No.
Oh, owned.
well, I certainly know my next project of
Oh, well.
things to make.
Right, I can safely say it's very convenient. Plus, the look on someone's face when you pull something out of your bra that definitely shouldn't have fit there is magic every single time.
Mm.
Just
I
gotta do the
know,
thing where it's
it's
like
awesome.
the bazooka. Just
Pulls out the box, put it back in.
Yep.
He reaches down and pulls out an old armor, a sabaton there, like from the cleavage, like, that was that. What was that was?
Oh yes. Anyway, that little treat aside. I obviously cannot keep you with me.
Alright, well, if you're sure.
Sent us your way, and it seems you wanted us to probably end up doing something about this, so I don't see why not.
Very well. In which case, apparently the boss has gone and recommended a sleepover. And you think it would be difficult to persuade some of you to hang around in case anything should happen in the midst of the night?
Well, I do have a little date I need to do so, but after that I should be able to come back here.
Same.
Oh, I can't believe I'm not enticing enough to call you away from your respective dates. Then again, I suppose I'm a widowmaker, not a heartbreaker.
I am free to stay.
I could be persuaded
Very
to try and bring her back here.
No, I would rather not invest more people into what is now already quite a intense matter of security. I'm sure you understand.
Of course.
I can certainly vet the lot of you, but not necessarily everyone else who might attach themselves to you.
Understandable.
Fair. And yeah, she makes for a pleasant hostess, enjoys games of chance, or play cards at the table occasionally. Her maids are lovely. They will run any of you who wants to a bath. And you might as well use this opportunity just in her mansion to freshen up before going on your date. So yeah,
I
if
figured
you're
so.
like, I have a date to go to, and we're like, okay, excellent. Well, we've got baths upstairs. We have a guest perfumery if you wish to apply any makeup, etc.
My thanks.
And yeah, like guest perfumery is right. Like there are bottles of like various remaining amounts, but it's a really nice selection. And although a lot of them have Lady of the Night energy, there are some more subtle ones too. Khassid, when you go up for the bath, Maeve is gonna try and get you done up in harlot lipstick as well. Just get you all make up.
Oh no. Anyway.
Yeah, it's like, well, look, if I and Ralu are getting made up, then obviously you have to as well.
Can't argue with that logic.
Yeah, it's only fair.
Where are you all going?
Remember those shark girls or big shark girl we fought the other day?
At the docks?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they're friends of mine. I'm gonna go hang out with them.
Oh, alright.
Maeve grins. They're very friendly and very sweet when you get to know them. But
I'll take your word for it, I suppose.
Well, you'll have to take my word for it. They'll get a chance to impress you. they can do nice things, and they know how to party.
They can do some
Provided
really nice
they have-
things, if you know what I mean.
Provided they've gotten over their headaches.
Ah, they'll be fine. Probably.
Ralu clobbered like 6 of them.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you fucking conked the shit out of a lot of them. But they'll be okay. Clerics exist.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Like, I imagine in like Gate Market and the docks, there is a lot of business done by people who are just like the back alley physician. Like, I'm a veterinarian. Why do I have to keep stitching up all these dagger wounds?
You just have the one guy who, what was that? What was that one crime area in the Chivalrics? I forget the name of the town.
Hollisher.
Yeah, Hollisher, was that the name?
Yeah.
You know, with that that one character is just like, they killed one of the mafia leaders. My secret is I'm actually the best surgeon. I killed a mafia boss on purpose. Number 1.
Yep.
Hand very steady. Number 1 surgeon.
I forget what that was from.
It's from The Office.
Is it from the? Okay, I only know it from the memes. I don't watch. I've never seen The Office.
I've watched it a couple times.
Anai's dressed up like she's about to end up in the Kite comic.
Nice.
Dressed up as one of Mama's girls, and the maid goes, "Oh, look, a new girl. Maybe clearly you need inspection."
Ah.
Unfortunately, if you join her for inspection, you will be 100% late for your date. Hey, can I persuade you to stand up and cover for a date and an impulse butt sex?
No, unfortunately not this time. I think I'm
Okay.
quite fine.
All right. Yeah, it's I would say probably all of the staff of her mansion have that like the Kite comic energy to them.
Nice.
Although Mama herself appears to be heterosexual, she definitely more as a matter of like artistic fact than as someone that she wants to take down to Clamtown.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, she likes big handsome dudes, which is why when she got her brand new gate guard and then found out that he was gay, she was fucking just devastated. the one of the sweetest, most handsome men she's ever seen, and he's like, and I like schlong. Ah, oh, damn it! Why do the good ones always like schlong?
A shame.
A crying shame. Yeah. You're able to go on your respective dates without any particular issue. Unless any of you want to make an issue of it or make RP of it, you can certainly do that later, but in the interest of moving along so people aren't being randomly left out, you're able to return from whence you dated. Do you go back to your homes or all the way back to, pardon me, Mama's mansion in Hawks Market?
Yeah, back to the mansion.
Yep.
Excellent.
Actually, since I'm all the way down in fucking Gate Market, on my way home, I'm just gonna scope out Ara's place. See what I can see.
Sure. Grab you and drag you all over to the map.
Oh, there's a map. Wow.
There is a map. There is. Say, like, I made a lot of fucking maps, so I was just like, I can't be asked to make another one as well for Mama herself. Indeed. I'll let you all move your tokens around to scope out the area, just on a basis of presumably Khassid has a chance to go in everywhere and you can all ask Khassid questions about the place. Instead, have your tokens do that. It is the equivalent of you asking Khassid a question and him answering.
Thank you.
Oh, there's a back door.
Okay.
There is a back door, yes. The style of the building is, as you might expect, very chivalrics in energy, even though like the majority of this place is like well groomed and hard packed like sand that's been applied with that, like, you know, like the oil sand, the clay sand stuff that helps make it compact a lot cleaner. They also tend to use it in like forge molds and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's set like that just so that an errant breeze doesn't just like kick a grit into people's eyes.
I was up. Where are we now?
Right now, Khassid, on the way back from Shark Date, you, Maeve, and Khassid are having a quick rummage around Ara's pub, basically scoping the place out. I've put everyone's tokens here, so they're welcome to look around too. This is making the assumption that you three have the opportunity to look around the entirety of the area and be asked questions.
Yeah.
What, me, Cass, and who?
Maeve.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. The pub is still open, obviously. You're welcome to go inside too. You have noted that there is a cellar. It's got a very sturdy padlock on it, and there is a back door. Primary check shows that it has a terrestrial lock and a bar lock. The normal lock is like clicked in. The bar lock has not been dropped on the back of the door.
Before we go in,
The inside. Oh, yeah.
could I just roll like investigation or survival or something to see if I can find any trace of these supposed casers?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well,
Investigation or survival is the way to go about that.
all right.
Ralu and Maeve are there, so you certainly have advantage. Right, a 15.
We'll go ahead
I
and
am going to do a quick.
that just in case. Might as well. 20.
Sure.
Nice.
Nice.
That's going to be hard for me to beat, but I'll give it a go. I'm just going to GM roll these because I have a bunch of different values and I don't want to ruin those. Oh, God, I fucking came so close. One of them was a 19.
Dab, 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 dab. That was an expertise dice well spent.
Yeah. Was a 7. And one of them was a crit.
Well, yeah, can't win them all.
Can't win them all. It was a crit that came out to 26. Which is... I mean, I guess it makes sense for the stealthiest motherfucker to also get the best roll and try and cover up for others. However, since one of them got a 7, I can't really cancel out your victory completely. Since 19 wasn't even enough to succeed in the first place, even with 2 successes restoring the balance, they still come out at a net 0. So this is your win.
Dab.
There is evidence of a series of marks that have been put into the dirt. You know, the kinds that you'd usually see as more like hobo sign, like, hey, this place leaves food out when they close up at night, like those kinds of markings.
Mm-hmm.
You recognize that they've been put in, but incorrectly. Someone has essentially like used a nail and tapped braille in underneath a bunch of hobo sign. So where one of them is like, own a nice, it says, own a nice for target 5-7.
Does the 5-7 mean anything to me? Like a date nearby?
You're not really a code breaker, but you are a thief, so give me a history.
Sure.
Give me your societies.
Pop 18.
Yep. 5-7 appears to be code for... It is a daytime working establishment, so out of hours, there's no one who lives in this tavern.
Okay.
Probably...
So they're planning to steal
I mean,
something
it is a
from her
tavern.
while she's not here.
Yes, because they don't want to steal directly from an ancient gold dragon.
Makes sense.
The odds of her actually, like... To be fair, if they came in and robbed this place, you're pretty sure she would just let them take it, because if she dragoned up and got into a fight, she'd destroy everything.
She could probably just punch them
Probably
to death.
doesn't... Potentially, yeah. Let's see here. Here's a 20. Yeah, okay. As you go around, like, the outer stone wall, this perimeters, all of the external ones, you can see that there's evidence of, like, different boot prints, stubbed out ends of cigarettes. Like, there are a lot of people, honestly, like, quite a lot of people, and a lot of the boot prints match to the degree that you would call it uniform.
So we're looking at a pretty large crew, well organized.
Yeah. Yeah, it's possible as opposed to B&E, it's going to be a full-on house raid.
I see. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's fair enough. No. As for the tavern itself, you guys are finishing up after a long and successful date. Everyone's got smeared lipstick one way or another. But also, I imagine that by this point, there is appetites and thirsts involved as well.
Yeah.
The inside of this tavern is warm and homely. It's quite late at night, so most people, if they aren't, like gone off home, they've gone up to a room upstairs. This tavern does have places for people to sleep and stay. And you can see that there is a large Halley-like busty individual. Looks about 6'1" dragonkin.
He's Hallie's exact height too. Hallie was 6 foot tall, and she gained 1 inch from wild magic.
You did, yeah. This is true.
Yeah, let's just go order some drinks.
Hello there, darling. Come for the late shift.
Yep, just a little.
Yeah. You
drink
can
on our
move your
way
tokens
past.
in to see the interior if you want to.
Actually, this is
Of course.
not that far from where Cass lives. Has he been here before?
Probably.
Especially given the hostess with the
The
most.
proprietor.
Yeah, given the proprietress, I'd be surprised if you didn't at least come by occasionally. I suspect at some point in the past they had like a popular lunch service, but whatever they offer is generally on rotation. People
God,
just do get bored of like doing the exact same routine, so it's like, well, I've decided I'm done with doing the lunch menu after a decade. Now it's all about hardcore big roast dinners.
Hell yes.
I really really like bars with a great lunch service. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best food you can get.
Yeah, I live surrounded by takeouts and restaurants, but one of my favorite places to eat is just actually a bar.
Yeah.
It does excellent burgers and sides.
Fuck yeah, it is time to get like the big roast dinner. Let's go.
Yeah, she'll make you guys a big roast dinner. Do
When
you
is
have any
this
questions about
taking
this place?
When is
This is post date. Cass, Ralu, and Maive are in here, effectively
Oh.
casing the joint or counter casing it because it has been cased. All of
Oh.
your tokens are present so that you can look around the perimeter and in the building. That would be reflected as though you asked these three for information about the place after the fact.
Okay.
So yeah, although you aren't literally here, you're welcome to move your tokens around to look around as though asking him questions about it. And yeah, you guys can get a late night roast. It's like obviously very, very late, so she's not making a full fresh one, but she probably has like the trimmings and leftovers to just put everything in a big pie.
Yes.
Just serves leftover pies at night.
Is that the downstairs to the cellar we saw?
No, that is upstairs, 2 secondary rooms.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that is a staircase going up. The cellar is not visible on this map, and it would enter over there, somewhere into this room.
Yeah. Is there like an inn upstairs then?
There are some sleeping rooms. There are some guest rooms. They're all very expensive ones because it's not like a hotel. So like this place has actual hotels for staying over. So staying in her tavern is, I don't know what
It's
I would
like an
call it.
Airbnb type thing.
Yeah. It is a commodity that you'd pay for to like stay there for like a month or so. It's not hotel lodging. It's rent a room above a tavern lodging.
Right.
You probably get a lot of those like really classic Brandon Sanderson thief types who are like, yeah, I need a place above a tavern.
Yeah, okay. Fucking Cass probably had to stay here once when he got kicked out of his parents' house for being a little thieving asshole.
For being a fucking gremlin. I don't know if you would have been able to afford. Well, maybe.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know, she's also
by the
pretty
profits
popular.
of the thieving that got me kicked out of the house.
Oh, right, yeah. You know what? Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Alright, speaking of which, do I know if Mama Dragon here, like, knows any thief cant?
No, no, she is a good girl cleric of the light all the way through.
Okay. Then yeah, while we're having lunch, since there's like basically nobody around.
Yeah, you can just see an old timer who you remember being a bunch younger in the past. Everyone just calls him old bastard, even when he didn't look particularly old.
Understandable.
Yeah, he likes to sit and play cards and drink, and he does that like all day. He is like a classic British pub stay drunk. He does, however, have a magic Zweihander.
Based.
Neat.
Is he like
Yep, and he always has that with him.
part-time security around here, basically?
No, he just loves his Zweihander, and he's generally considered harmless, so they just let him hang on to it, makes him feel comfy.
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, he kind of does act as security. He just doesn't know he's doing it.
I mean, the one who acts as security is this lady here behind the bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing
She's
is,
older than Queenie, and Queenie was an ancient stat block. She is also ancient, just a little ancienter.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, for like young punks and like intimidation.
Yeah, it's true. She's not scary.
Yeah.
He, however, is. It's like
Yeah.
that episode, that thing of girl power where Maxima points at Sydney, and then Sydney tries to figure out what she's doing, and then demonstrates the difference between how powerful she is because she can fire phasers through her hands, or just pulling out a gun and pointing it at her.
Yeah, the universal language of gun is more threatening than pointing at someone, even though that point could decimate you and everyone you love in a moment. Yeah, you're right. The old drunk wearing a magical Zweihander on his back is naturally more intimidating than the pretty maid, even though she could turn this building inside out in moments.
Yeah.
Alright, well anyway. Since Cass has like seen like this lady many times, and I think and no one else is around, I think he's just gonna lean in and say, "Hey, not to alarm you or anything, but I saw some thief sign scribbled into the ground. It looks like someone's casing your place for like a robbery."
I had just recently mentioned that to a friend of mine who lives here. Interesting. Do you know what the thief sign says?
Yeah.
Like, more specifically, anything identifying?
Not identifying who put it down, no. It's identifying you as a nice target for a nighttime robbery when you're not around.
She folds her arms. Now, what would they even want to steal from me?
I mean, I don't know. They probably think you're hordes down there.
No, please. I keep a very modest hoard here.
Well, your definition of very modest could be like many lifetimes worth of money for a bunch of jackboots.
You wouldn't happen to carry any artifacts you consider inconsequential with you, do you?
A couple? Who doesn't?
Well, maybe you might want to consider moving them for a couple weeks, just in case.
She steeples her fingers. Nonsense. I've been threatened many a time before, and I'm not moving a single thing of mine away.
Well, I don't think they don't want to, like, fight you or anything. They just want to sneak in and steal stuff when you're not looking.
That's silly. I would use my stuff to find them.
Were the thieves' signs like, this is for, like, a robbery or something more violent?
No, it was for when they weren't here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the place it basically labels that this person is a good target when they are off the clock, and aka when no one is here. And looking around the outskirts, you're fairly sure that they have prepared like large numbers to figure out where an egress point would be. Well, sorry, an insert point.
Ralu can think of like a few things that they could get from an ancient golden dragon if she wasn't alive, but
yeah. That's presumably out of their scope.
Yeah.
But yeah, she has definitely got like random things that she thinks of as nonsense trinkets that are far from inconsequential to the rest of you.
like worth 10,000 GP each.
Oh yeah, this plus sword I use as a toothpick.
Oh my god, she probably does use like a plus something or other dagger as a toothpick because she just breaks them otherwise. Like when you're as powerful as Ara, then you kind of just need like inconsequentially powerful artifacts in order to live a comfortable, standard human-sized lifestyle.
The artifact of the greatest thief of all, it's just like the magic dagger of the roses, and it's just used to pick her teeth. It currently has bits of a whole pig she ate yesterday.
Yeah. Like her clothing is almost certainly magical because if she yawns too hard, normal clothing would probably just explode on her.
I mean, many cowgirls
Just
have
like
that problem.
she yawn. Well, yeah, many cows have problem, but as in her case, it's that the consequence of cramming something very powerful into a very small frame. Like it's
Allie
can
had to
only
ask.
one
it's
day
a,
hope
it's a
to.
very small cork on a very shaken up bottle of champagne, basically at all times once you go to like ancient dragon tier. So I think it'll tend to be like size categories bigger.
After
I can
reading the
only
Book
hope
of
to.
Exalted Deeds, Hallie had to ask Tristy to make her some clothes that don't explode.
I can only hope one day to be so powerful in magic that I need magical clothes.
So incandescent that if you breathe too hard, your pants explode. Yeah,
We're getting there.
yeah. Quite literally, I like the idea canonically. It's like, yeah, the more you shrink down your dragon to humanoid form, like conversely to their power, just makes it infinitely more difficult to act natural. So most of them are all like, yes, I suppose I walk around as a 20-foot woman instead of a building-sized dragon. Because if I went down to a 6-foot woman, I would accidentally kill someone by shaking their hand and taking their arm off.
Anyway.
Yes, sorry.
Well, I mean, far be it for me to tell you what to do, but just thought you should know.
Indeed, I'm sure I can take it up with the guards or someone. I can't help but notice that if you learned that there was a thief sign hiding around on my premises, you were snooping around. Is this some kind of self-report?
Alright, well, first of all, I'm just a good Samaritan. Second of
I know full well that you are not a good Samaritan. You are a Samaritan of some kind.
well, I am the most upstanding, noble, and honorable gnoll there ever was. Castle just do a little huff. And then as he's
She
huffing,
pauses and goes,
like the letter Mama gave him just like falls out of his sleeve onto the counter. Doop, doop.
She looks down at the paper and looks up at you. But she's just a lawfully good character. She's not going to scoop it up if it's your private correspondence. She goes,
The invisible
you seem
mage
to have
hand
dropped something."
pushes it towards her.
Ah, she'll pick it up. Yeah, it's like if you act quote unquote accidentally drop stuff, she's like gonna go, "Oh, you dropped something." There is a reason she doesn't know thieves can't. She doesn't have a fucking disingenuous bone in her body.
Poor baby.
Look, she lives life grossly incandescent. Yeah, she'll read
As we
over the
all should.
letter and frown. Well, threats about harming the sun, or stealing the sun itself. That sounds like cult talk, and I've been hearing a lot of rumors about cult business.
Yeah, we beat up some this morning that were going to trash Hagen's casino.
Hey, I hope they got more than a swift beating.
Well,
Ralu just air quotes speeding.
I mean, they're a bunch of undead, so they just sort of explodiated.
Oh, well, doubly so. Good job.
Cass's ears do a wiggle as Big
she-
MILF praises him.
Yeah, she pauses and will just like gets out an extra little short crust, like pop pastry pie. Yeah, a freebie.
Yes!
Good job.
Worth.
Well, yeah, look, kill evil dissidents in the name of Hagen, receive free pot pie. Everybody wins.
This is why we keep coming back. Mive just loves this lady.
Yeah, there's no way Mive doesn't think she is so cool. Man, I wish I were a dragon.
Please, in the future, specify what type of pot pie, given the kind of people we're fucking dealing with.
Don't worry, it's pot pie in the sense that it is pie served in pot shape and full of delicious meat. It is not human.
Okay, just making sure because
Yeah, it's not.
if
It's not dissident pie.
it's a pot pie. Yeah, I'm a fucking baked here. Jesus Christ, not just the pie that's baked.
Oh goodness. But yeah. Are there any other questions you have about her place of employment in general? As she, slides this letter back in failing disingenuous legs. It doesn't even slide it back. She just like full just like holds it out for you to take back. Like again, really not subtle lady. Just to hand you the whole ass letter back.
That's
Well, if you would like to undo these particular nefarious individuals, I'm sure I could pay you in some way. It doesn't look like anyone here, she points at the letter again, offered you any money for your services, and that's just terrible.
that is true. I mean, we're happy to do it, just as good Samaritans, but living is expensive, so yeah, we'd be happy to.
Very well then, I'll see if I can't get you some nice pocket change. And she's gonna go rummaging around in the just like a pocket on her dress. Again, it's deeper than it should be. As aforementioned, the clothing literally has to be magical, so she went with the one of most convenience. Store more things. Rummages around in the pockets, not like all the way up to the elbow, like you would have easily done in Mama's magic cleavage. It, stops past the wrist, even though it looks like a petite pocket. And then she'll pull out a little leather pouch and place it on the table. It's also, again, uncanny how she handles things, and this is clearly a bulging sack. Like, it is practically bursting at the seams, and when she places it down, it goes, "Ka-thunk!" But she was, like, holding it between thumb and pinky finger just so that she didn't accidentally rip it.
Wow.
And, yeah, you'll see that she has handed you 500 gold pieces.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you. Wow. Yeah. So we are going to spend tonight making sure nothing bad happens to Mama. But after that, we'll come right back here and make sure nothing happens to your place. You yourself might want to just, stay up just for tonight, and then we'll take over after that. Oh, I disconnected. God damn it.
Maev's part like, oh, she's so cool.
I wish I could be so grossly incandescent.
Occasionally, my
hasn't,
brain activates its wrinkles. It's so frustrating. I can't be nearly as high speed, low drag as this lady is.
And Cass hasn't figured out like when they actually plan to attack
No,
the place,
it's
right?
probably going to take like multiple nights of casing this particular joint or counter casing this joint to catch them.
Yeah.
Making
So
their move.
I think Cass is going to just tell her. So we're going to go back to Mama's because we were afraid something might happen to her. But as soon as we're sure she's okay, we'll come back here and start working on this. Okay?
Sounds good to me. If you're staying on premises, I can loan you all a room. It might be a bit of a tight squeeze for a whole group of glorious chivalrous adventurers, but it might just about work for a few nights.
Oh, that'd be so kind of you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Unfortunately, all the other rooms are occupied, so I've only got the one spare currently. Otherwise, I'd just offer you more rooms.
I'm fairly certain that at least one of our members would prefer being propped up and brooding in the corner.
Oh, yes. There was a whole knighthood in the chivalrics that likes to pick the brooding corner. It's the table right there by the stairs where they can't have their back to any doorways.
I'll let her know.
No. She means this one here. Like it's actually an unlit table, and it's even in the
No,
shadow
yeah,
of a rising staircase.
Of course.
You know,
Yeah,
where
Where
fucking
Loam already
Loam
is, I see. Of course.
Yeah. the one Loam would definitely scope out. Yeah, she's already picked that spot. You could, when you look over there, even though it's only you three in this building, and you look over there, you swear you can already see Loam's magical outline in that corner, as though she were
Yeah,
right there.
The Mind
Tamara.
Palace is already constructing this scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, fair enough.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, you guys will be able to, after you've had a good old evening meal, and Dwagon has wrapped up for the night, you're able to return to Mama's abode. Sorry,
Oh, you
that's spicy.
started early? God damn.
No, I was sort of drinking hiccups. Just the headache and an upset stomach. I had very nice food, but my body's disagreeing with how nice that food
At
was.
some point, Masika will be heading
Yeah.
home.
Oh, of course. Yeah, you probably stay till what, like 10 at night, and then catch a carriage back home.
Maybe a little earlier because I want to tuck my child in.
That makes sense then. When Anai leaves for her date at 8 and Khassid and Co leave, you probably just leave with them then so that you can make your way down to Tavern. That is.
Goddamn Discord.
I think that's it. Oh, and Tiff and Brienne.
So the whole thing with Ivan was that things to borrow for potential.
Borrow and or own. You don't know that in particular. You just know that Ivan has quote unquote expensive cigars for people doing work for the boss.
Oh, we'll just have to go pick
And
those
if
up
you
in the
might need
morning.
any, then the expensive cigars are really fun. I don't know if he'll give you a rental or he'll give you a consumable. Consumables do include like single-use wands and scrolls and stuff.
Give me the consumables.
Oh, all right, fine. I would like each and every one of you to roll me a d20, not for any of your companions, just yourselves, as players representing good luck or bad luck.
Well, that's not a crit fail.
No one roll above
10.
15.
11.
No one dare roll above a 15.
Too late. We've already all rolled.
Middle of the road.
That's everyone.
Oh, I didn't see Karin's.
No one rolled above
Mediocre.
an 11.
To bad.
For once, I have the highest roll, even though it's still like not that good.
Yeah, the highest roll. It's not a good roll, but it's the highest.
Listen, it's exciting. That just means we get more combat.
No, this is for how good the consumables we get are.
Consumables are items. Like
Like
yeah,
a wand.
we're all rather. Well, not everyone is, but some of us would enjoy some boosts.
Let us see here. It looks like there are only 3 consumables, so I'm going to split them up into Arcane, Divine, and Primal.
Makes sense.
Okay. What's the highest number amongst you all? It looks like an 11.
An
Hell.
11, yeah.
All right. Anai, you rolled the 11. Roll me a 1d4 plus 2.
4.
Okay, it is a consumable that casts a 4th circle spell.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
Roll me a d3.
A 1.
1. That is a Ring of Dimension Door.
That's good.
Oh,
And it's like a one-time use one?
Yep, it is a ring. You twist the ring, and it will cast the spell Dimension Door. Is used as a minor action.
And
pretty
how much
handy.
is it?
He is just handing it over to you. It's just in a box of other consumables.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's incredible.
Ivan himself appears to be a like 5'8" squat kind of man. Like thick, luxurious mustache, but no like beard. Vegeta tier Widow's Peak.
Okay. Well,
So what
that's
you're
a-
saying is literally just Vegeta from fucking Dragon Ball GT.
Yeah, with the beefy stash.
Well, that's a good get out of Dodge if things go wrong for me.
Yeah, and as well, it is not a scroll or anything, so any one of you can utilize the Ring of Dimension Door, but obviously you have to be the one wearing it to use it. All right, who wants to roll for the Divine?
Ooh.
All right, D4 plus 2, please.
5.
5th circle.
All right, now that's gonna be a big one, I guess.
D3.
1.
All right, you're in the early end of the list as well. I mean, it's pretty fucking good. It is a wand of destructive wave.
Nice.
It is a wand of blasting, like classic circa fucking D&D, the wand of blasting, you know, it's just fucking light and thunder explodes at the front of this thing and ruins someone's day.
Nice.
It is a wand of destructive wave. If you have the ability to cast divine circle spells, you have the ability to use this wand. There is no check, it is not a scroll.
Nice. Just gonna give that to Mive.
Sure. Alright, who wants to roll for the primal?
Man, I...
Sure. 1d4 plus 2.
Six.
6th level
Oh,
primal.
Jesus.
Those have only just come into existence, so I haven't even read the level 6 primal powers yet. So I'm gonna, before I ask you to roll, I'm just gonna need a couple extra moments to look through it myself.
Yeah, he looks like Carl from
What the fuck?
Aqua Teen.
He does have that fucking vibe about him.
You could
Yeah, that's just as hairy as the average Greek. I get ya.
Sunbeam or True Regeneration. Or Alrune Bloom.
Sunbeam.
If we're fighting vampires, Sunbeam is incredibly on point.
It is maximum based. I think it probably is a wand of sunbeam.
Yeah, that's like,
Which I guess that
okay,
goes to
I
Loam.
want everything in that fucking direction to eat shit.
To eat incredible shit. Yeah,
Why would that go to Loam?
because she crossed primal.
Ah, okay.
I think she's our only primal
Yeah.
spellcaster.
I believe so.
So yeah, enjoy your fucking
So, yeah.
Sunbeam wand, Loam.
Yeah, whenever someone makes the return journey, Loam, you are handed a wand of fuck you, and fuck everyone behind you.
Oh, question.
we're-
Does that count? Are you taking into, it's just 2.3 and not 2.4, right?
It's 2.4 sunbeam.
Yeah, it's right here.
Guiding Moonlight, Maelstrom.
Then sunbeam
Oh.
is right
I really
beneath it. Yeah.
highlighted it.
Well, the maelstrom
it
doesn't
is.
look like it was
No,
completed.
it was not. Not all the 6th level spells are in, just some.
Just enough to know what badass looks
Yeah.
like. Yeah. So yeah, it is a wand of sunbeam. So yeah, you have a get out of jail card and then 2 wands of fuck you. Ivan has very nice expensive cigars. The +2 is what makes them expensive cigars. Otherwise, if you come to Ivan for cigars, you get up to 4th.
Well, I guess the boss is
Yeah,
serious about
okay, the
protecting
best-
the dragon in town, which makes sense.
Yeah. You also have an aura of bright light around. This light is sunlight.
Yeah. Although to be fair, I'm also pretty sure Maiva's sunlight.
Is she?
Yeah, but the fact...
I can't remember. Was there not a?
No, the sun pups don't actually shed light on their own. Her mom had a thing that gave her a sunlight aura, but that was like an item.
That was it. Yeah, no. I'm more when you went to that Hagen temple, but I remember that the reward you got out of that one was sympathy and regret, not the orb of sunlight, which doesn't exist and I didn't mention.
Yeah, I was about to say,
No.
I want an orb of sunlight. That sounds way cooler.
Like, did you forget to give us an item?
No. It's just that there were multiple options for what you could have gotten out as Hagen's artifacts of choice.
I wasn't
Got
listening.
sympathy and
What
regret.
happened?
Oh, I was confused about which artifact Mike was carrying for a second, because there were multiple options that could have come out instead of sympathy and regret when you were doing the Hagen Temple puzzle by force. One of the other options is a magic item called Orb of Sunlight,
Oh.
which, while fate bound to it, basically does make you an aura of permanent sunlight, and it gives people who are bloodied next to you regen 5.
Oh, wow.
Based.
Well, that would have been good.
That's stupidly good.
Yep.
Oh well.
That's fine.
It only gets you back over the bloodied boundary, but so it's not like overpowered regeneration, but it's pretty fucking good in a long fight.
Well, now I know Mive's new sub-objective. Acquire all the arms of Hagen.
Find this mother. Yeah, collect the arms of Hagen and kill another elite vampire. Hagen, we could have really used this shit like 100 years ago, my guy.
Hey, where was this during Torchlight, dude?
Where was this during
Where's this
like the
during
vampire
Velthramar?
lord and chivalric, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? Film Sunlight go up there and give Velthramar the last hug he'll ever fucking get in his life.
Also the first one.
Well, you know what? He got the hug.
He did. He got hugged asshole first by a Brontosaurus.
That's how I want to go.
Indeed, he.
I know, right? But yes,
Yeah.
there you go. So there's your shiny new toys from Ivan.
Nice.
Where's that list again?
Does anything dangerous happen to Mama's place?
Let's see if anything happens tonight. Let me do a couple of GM rolls. Who is staying over who's staying actually, like, literally overnight? I know Masika isn't.
I think it's everyone
I'll be staying over the
but
night,
Masika.
and the maids might be inspecting me in case something is happening.
Should maids check you over? I mean, you probably got laid on your date.
Well, we'll have to find out.
Yep.
Well,
Alright.
Masika was just gonna put the kids to bed and then just join, wouldn't she? Because kids not gonna be up for like fucking to like 10, 12 at night.
You
I
wish,
think
Might
yeah,
just want
no.
to stay with her
But-
wife for the night
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
though.
she hasn't been home with her family in a while now, and she has crippling anxiety. I suspect she's just gonna stay there. But yeah, I could be wrong. What do you
Well-
say, Pets? Does Masika go back to the job, or is she hanging in there when she's told to stay in bed?
She's staying in bed.
Fair enough. All right then. You're lucky. I rolled hot fucking garbage. Okay, nothing happens tonight, which is good because you would have been down a massacre if something did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. As for other things you can get up to, like Mama has her own little private. I was about to say playpen, but I realized that has entirely different connotations. She has a games room as well that you guys can play cards and gamble in. She has her own table. It does have a house edge. Not a massive edge, but it still exists. Otherwise, I think that might call it, because my stomach keeps doing little flippy floppies.
Loam was going to take a nap because she stayed up all night.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you didn't sleep.
She
Uh,
asked for
And then you
pot of
fucking
coffee.
ran. You ran through the city. Oh my god, you're right. Yeah.
She's tired, like.
Yeah, you're gonna be unconscious. You like sit in the
Yeah.
corner intending to brood, and then just like someone looks away, and then they turn back to see you, and you're already like 3-foot line of drool, like head slump over.
They're just gonna put a little cover over her like a blanket and just sit next to her and make sure that she's okay.
Nah.
Karin's has no adverse effect of just sitting up. She's used to it.
It makes sense. They do probably keep a nice fireplace stoked, because it is night in the desert.
Goddamn. Well, yeah. It's the problem. Well, she's in human form, so at least then.
Yeah, very bearable for you. Yeah. The parties are able to reconvene well fed, and then the city is your oyster. You can finally do things like go to bars and gamble and like carouse, learn things.
Woo!
Maybe even information about Round Jack, or even any of the other gangs. You've really only heard about the Widowmakers. For the most part, the other two gangs that exist are considered major gangs, but unless you've directly involved yourself or make a "do I know them?" check, then I'm not going to tell you anything about them outside of successful rolls to carouse. Even if Khassid would know them by matter of fact, none of that information is relevant until you go looking for it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I definitely think Cass is gonna go spend some time trying to find out shit about these round jacks. Go raid their dead drops and
Sounds
stuff.
good. Yep, you do know the location of a bunch of their dead drops. Indeed, I will give you some markers on the town. There is one here in Shield, one here on Falcon, one here, bottom of Beacon, one here, top of Tavern. There is one. Oh no, not in the center of the city. They're not stupid. It would be on the river on the outside, south of Herald's Market. One there, near Prophet's Ward and Ashward. And she knows that there are others further north, but does not know their locations.
Neat.
She was not in that area.
Well, that's a start.
The Ashward one was only because she rolled quite well. Yeah, you can certainly try raiding dead drops. And also maybe, just maybe, as we go to experience, you'll be able to level up.
Yeah, that's true. We can start the level up process.
Indeed.
Yeah, we probably won't get it done before like the next fight, which should probably happen next session.
I believe that you can probably go a week of fucking around and being on guard before anything actually happens. It realistically would have happened in like 5 days, but I'm just happy to fucking just push it just so you guys get to play with your new toys instead of
I
being
don't
like
have the money.
cockpot. Your party definitely has the money to help you.
Okay.
Cassie just got given
going to-
500 gold by a dragon.
Listen, we need to split
Good.
party loot after this session.
We don't have
I
that much
also-
party loot, but yeah, we can split it. I don't know how
For,
you're that poor.
for people that need to like level up though.
Yeah, I don't know how you're
I'll
that
need-
poor, but
I also need.
unless you've just
also need
failed to
downtime
write down some
because-
money you've gotten.
They just didn't gamble.
Oh,
Yeah, I
That's-
didn't,
that's
I
the
didn't
one.
fucking gamble. But I have like 400 GP.
Yeah,
It's fine.
so
Yeah,
I
you've
just-
been
I
saving
just
since
need-
the beginning.
I just need downtime because I need to work on the shield that I've had the components for like 2 months.
Yep, you've just been, unfortunately, just on the fucking move. So you even had a week to do it. Alright, so, did you save an innocent life?
I don't think Well,
Yes.
so. Mama?
Was
Question
a
mark?
mama? I mean, possibly.
I don't know whether to qualify her as innocent. Like, she is a target because she's part of a criminal organization. You did save a life, but that's more in realms of doing your quests.
Yeah, understandable.
Solo or an extreme encounter. So the DC set for an entire skill test from start to finish was a requirement of 3 successes at DC 16. I would call that extreme, but I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds right.
What do you think, Sam?
Plus,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
we got
avoiding an
we
extreme encounter. Yeah.
avoided an encounter that would probably have been quite dangerous.
Yes, as I say, like DC 16 is what a solo soldier does.
Yeah,
Out of
I'd say
remembrance.
that was
So
Like-
yeah,
avoiding like
Okay.
a solar extreme encounter there.
yeah, preventing it is with a skill test absolutely counts. All right, learn something new about the world. Add it to your journal.
Apparently, this
The
the
sun
boss,
dragon?
the Jack going after Ara.
The sun
That's
wagon?
not about the world though, really. That's just more details.
Well,
of
we
the
heard
quest we're
from the
on.
fact.
Some
I mean,
Some
you've
fuck
you've
face.
you've seen evidence of like the boss, mystical, invisible figure get into, I would say direct, or basically direct.
Actually,
contact
we
with
know
Kana
that he
herself.
tried to kill the Round Jack, or perhaps even
Yes.
did.
That is true. Yes, you also know that the boss has supposedly killed Round Jack.
Yeah, that's a good one to put in there.
I'll
Like
give you that one.
actual lore bits about the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is an interesting snippet. No one really knows what the boss has accomplished or done. This is an admission from the man himself that, yeah, I killed that fucking vampire. And he refers to Hagen as Big H.
I fully hope for like the boss, you're just using like a snake token,
I hope the boss is like
like from like
S-
Metal Gear.
some
No,
tiny little girl or
the
something.
boss has a token that is an outline.
Yeah, but like if we ever like
So
actually
if
saw
you
that-
ever discover the boss, I get to like remove the outline. There really is like an actual. It is a big fucking shape. So, you know.
It's just
Let's
90%
see
beard
here.
and hair.
No, it's actually
Big bushy bird.
Benny.
Yeah.
Benny!
For a power move.
He
Alright,
wasn't
take
a
on-
criminal.
Yeah, take on or create major quest, complete a quest. I would say, yeah, you took on
Protect our quest.
protect Ara. The most genuous. There's no disingenuous about her. She is the most genuous individual you've ever met.
I love her unconditionally.
She's great. You can see how Queenie came out of her.
I just want to know like who the dad was now.
I know, right? Fun mysteries. Did you uncover a rare item or treasure hoard?
I mean,
Looking.
that bra of holding sure
Yeah,
seems like it's doing a lot of work.
I mean, you didn't uncover that one. She told you where it was, and also that's not yours. However, you did just get given 3 wands, and one of them was rolled as a Circle 6
Sunbeam.
consumable. I'll give you rare.
Nice.
Also, you just got like 500 gold for free by being a good boy in front of the golden dragon.
Yay!
Helps.
She gave me a little bit out of her pocket change.
Yeah, literally, she just pulled that like nice grandma thing, like, oh here, have $1, and she just hands you a fucking burgeoning sack of cash.
Here's 50 platinum coins.
And we spent it all in one place. I don't think you get any special objectives, but that, if my maths do precede me, is 4 EXP, and you are carried into a level.
Yep.
All right.
Did you already add the 500 to the additional
Yes.
current?
Like I
gold?
said, we don't
Okay.
really have anything in party loot except for that 500 GP I just put in there.
Oh, okay.
So, pets, how much money do you have?
43 right now.
What the fuck? What have you spent your
How
money
do you-
on?
Where'd you spend it on?
It's a good question. Maybe I did just miss something.
Okay.
Yeah, because we split up like so
I-
everyone got 400 before.
I have
Before we got it.
124 gold.
Yeah.
Then
I
probably
have
use
been
100
buying
and write
special
down.
ammunition for myself.
Yeah, you make
Wait,
sense. 'cause
didn't
you buy
you?
special
Wait, no,
ammunition.
you bought a cursed buckler.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
still
you
only
bought the
like
magical arm.
150 gold or something.
And you have the blade of flowers.
I don't
Don't know what that is.
Did I buy that?
Oh no, I
Blade
think
of
you bought
flowers.
That's
that
the thing that gives me the. That's the +1 weapon I have.
one. Yeah. Let's see here. Did you also buy stuff to finish making your magical cloth things? I feel like
have
you've
a whole
also
bunch of
bought
cloth.
like reagents and supplies.
I haven't bought a lot of reagents, but I have bought a lot of fabric.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do actually think that you have your money correct. You have just happened to spend
Okay.
it on magical items and you have done 0 gambling. Similarly,
Yeah.
Keen hasn't done any gambling and is also like under 150 gold.
I mean, you only need
I
100.
haven't done any gambling, but I still have 355.
Yeah, I have
gold.
43 right now.
Well, sucks to suck. I don't
And
think
you-
if we...
Yeah.
Hold on. What do we normally divvy our shit up by? Like 8?
Like 8.
Yeah, I mean, you could just spot.
No,
spot
I
gold.
absolutely would, because if you just wasted all of your money.
That's true. Good point.
Well, no, Masika could also use her trade skill and turn some of the stuff she spent on fabric into more
that
money.
takes downtime.
Actually, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
yeah.
does take downtime, admittedly. So it would be a loan,
Yeah.
just so that
Yeah,
you could get training and then turn it into money instead of vice versa.
Or, well, for right now, we
Well,
all
it's-
get 73 GP out of the party loot.
Oh, then I
Okay,
think you
that-
make
that's
it over
enough
100.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're fine.
just enough.
And
So
then,
it's
yeah,
100 GP to.
100 GP to level up.
Are any of you going to go gambling on this?
Oh, you better
campaign?
fucking believe.
Quite
Okay,
possibly, yeah.
So
Alright, so I'm
I'm
going
probably gonna be
to
working, yeah.
run background poker. I will also bring up a crabjack table that will have a much smaller ceiling on it because I don't directly play against you. That does mean you can also like open it up and do it for as long as you want, for however long until you hit that ceiling or until you go bust.
Yeah, you just tell me what that ceiling is. I'll get to it.
I need to bring up like the crabjack plate again.
So I am able to level up now. We are taking a
Yes,
week.
we are taking
I
Yeah.
We
just
are
want
taking a week.
confirmation
Yes.
from the GM.
Yeah, and for the rest of the players who want to, you can use your gold as the stack to gamble against me. The house has 5,000 gold. Which does mean it's also a lot easier for me to bully you off of a table. Because I'm just, I'm going into it with a big stack, although I might break it up into smaller casinos. But there is the possibility that over the course of a week, if you squeeze enough poker games out of me, you walk away with 5,000 gold.
Well,
God, you tempt me so much with it.
Yeah, I should be tempting you with gambling. You're in Gamble City, baby.
I know what I'm going to be doing.
Crabjack can earn you 200. Beating me at cards can earn you a lot more.
I mean,
I'm going to win the 200 crab deck. That's a non-issue. I will do that.
Yeah.
Well, it started off really well for me against you, and I never played fucking Texas Hold'em before.
Yeah, it went well for a time. It just,
I did make it to the end.
Yeah, and then the fucking game cheated my ass. Like, what the fuck?
Finally get extra attack.
Game bug. Don't I tell you?
Yeah, I know. That would have broken your ass. It's like, wait, what?
Let me pull up the old
Oh, man.
Crabjack
Scout,
table.
what level is mine supposed to be at?
2 behind you.
Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, you have access to a lot more companions in this, so the floor's a bit lower for companions. Plus, in general, hit points don't change massively now between levels, so it's less of a big deal.
Yeah, I was just making sure. I vaguely remember her being 1 behind us, but that is not correct. That is Kara from.
Ah, remember Princess Akasha Bay? What a good girl.
Yeah, I love her.
Oh yeah.
Tanned
Biblically.
Kate. And also Barjanasa, who was very cool. Tuck them to the GM layer, and you have access to this map. And also at that bottom, as opposed to free reroll, I'm going to go with must reroll, just to bring the odds away a little bit further.
Yeah. Oh, we're 5th level. It's time. Finally. It's been so long since I've had you.
Attack, baby.
Fireball.
Now you can actually take a cantrip as well, can't you?
I mean, I guess, but I can take fireball.
I mean,
No, I mean you get an extra cantrip.
Yeah, I could go take a good cantrip, or I could take this.
Deep
now you're
Reserve
thinking.
replaced what?
There you go. Please note here in the middle. The bank has 200 GP to Crabjack per player. There is a fact that you could roll until you inevitably succeed, but if you get on a bad roll and bust out 200 gold in debt of your own, your line of play credit is closed. You cannot gamble any further if you just go too far under before you win big.
Okay. I'm going to go get rid of the stuff in the spreadsheet and then open the spreadsheet up again.
It's time to crave some jack.
I will hereby bequeath you, Anai, my budget.
Are you allowed
So
to do
essentially,
that?
you want me to win 200 for you.
Yes.
Loam
Yeah,
herself
for me.
is supremely gamble adverse. I'll let you do it for Crabjack, but not for poker, because making someone else's stack bigger literally makes them a stronger gambling force.
I also hate gambling.
So I will let you give it to Khassid or Anai, but they can only add that as a 100 gold line of play for Crabjack.
Okay.
So I can't give Cat.
You can't give someone your money to play poker with, because giving someone a larger stack gives them more playing power.
That's the whole point, though.
It is the whole point. If you want to win, you got to try and take part. But also, you could 100 gold of Crabjack credit is pretty good to score in. You could probably make it out with another 100 and win, or 200 and win. I guess your line of debt only goes 100 gold deep, but you can still win up to 200 anyway. So you could walk away putting 100 and taking out 300. Okay, that is
So
on
can-
you guys to figure.
So I can win Kina 100 instead of the 200.
You can win Kina 200, but Kina's line of credit is only 100 deep.
Okay,
because
okay.
that
Just making sure.
because
That's how much he's getting for me to.
yeah, you're getting 100 flat gold, and that's what you're putting in as your line of credit. Like, you can't just afford to put more credit on for Loam's account when she just isn't there.
Yeah. I get you. Sure. I mean, if you want me to do that, Kina, I will do that for you over the week.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not gonna go gamble.
Deadly focus got
just-
deleted,
I
right?
can't. I just,
Correct.
All right. The Fruit Rate got moved to 1.
And
Oh, shit,
and
Primal
Kruger did
Lunge.
change as well.
I know. I just copied over everything. See.
Also, all of your martial exploits changed, so make sure to take them into account.
Oh yeah, martial exploits.
Those all have been altered.
Deadly
I
Strike and
hope that
Parry.
you guys enjoyed regardless. I'm going to go drink some water.
Alright.
Walk in circles.
If you're watching on the stream on YouTube, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow for 70. Till then, I'm going to play the fuck out of some Crowd Jack. See you later.